Hello everyone, let us continue learning Python programming. In this part of the video, we will be learning about an interesting and an essential topic from Python which is called as list. Now list is basically a type in Python which allows you to store collection of different data types in one single variable name. And the list in Python are represented with the help of square brackets. For instances, if you want to have multiple numbers which is called as arrays in other languages, to store such value we will use list in Python. So I'll create a file called cp8.py. So ls is basically the variable name I use to represent my list. So within square bracket 1, 2, 3, I'm adding 3 integers. I'll print ls. So ls will be printed with the square brackets here. We'll clear it. Python 3 space cp8.py. So it prints 1, 2, 3 for me. If you want to check what type it belongs to, I can say print type of ls. So ls is basically of type list. It's of class list. Now a short difference between list and tuples are nothing but the brackets. Now when I run it, it prints the value with the function brackets, and this is of class tuple. And if the same is done with the help of curly braces, it's of type set. Now list, tuple and set. Let us learn all these three classes from Python parallelly. Now difference between list and tuple. Now list is basically a mutable data type where tuple is immutable. That is, once after creation of that particular list can be either added with new values or remove some of the values that are existing from the list. But when it comes to tuples, once when the tuple is created, the existing tuple can never be altered by adding some of the numbers or removing some of the values from the tuple. It is not changeable. So mutable means changeable. List is mutable. Tuple is immutable. You can change the values. You can replace it. You can add it. You can move or you can remove. You can add, append. You can do anything you want in terms of list. But when it comes to tuple, once created, stays for long until the completion of execution of that particular code in Python. For instances, ls is equal to 1, 2, 3. So to add a new number, I'll print the list. To add a new number to the list, I can say ls dot append of, I'm adding a new number to the list. I'll print ls. So when I print, it prints 1, 2, 3 and adds 4 to it and it prints it. When I say ls dot, I can add as many values I want. Now this is possible in terms of list. Whereas in terms of tuple, if this was a tuple, then you will see yourself an error saying there is no such function called as append in terms of tuple. Tuple object has no attribute called append. You cannot add new functions to tuple. If you wanted to know what are the functions that are available in tuple, I'll say python 3-q dir of tuple. So tuple comes with only two functions inside it, which is basically a function to count the number of existence and index of some of the element. So those two are the only functions that are available in terms of tuple. When it comes to list, dir of list, you have hell of a functions in terms of list. You can append, you can clear, you can copy, you can count, even you can extend, you can find the index of it, you can insert at any specific point, you can pop the last element or the any element you want, any element by the index of it. You can also reverse the whole list, or even you can get it sorted. So this is all about list and tuple. Now we have also had a third type called a set. Now what is the common difference between list and a set? Set also allows you to add any numbers you want, remove any values you want. But the difference between set and list is nothing but list allows you to have duplicate values. Set will not allow you to have duplicate values. Where list is basically an unordered collection, whereas set is basically an ordered collection. For instances, I'll have a list here. I'll repeat the numbers. Here while adding it, I'll add 4, 5. ls dot append of 3. When I print it, when I run this file, you can see whatever of the list I gave, it is still the same. and when it is being appended, it just appends the value to the list. Okay, when this becomes a set, when I create this as a set does not support the append function, rather it is replaced this function called add, adding new numbers to the list, that is to the set. Now let us have a look at the output. You can very well see it is only 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in ordered. So this is basically an ordered collection. List is an unordered collection, and also list allows you to have duplicate values inside it, where set will not allow you to have duplicates in it. So that is in short the difference between list, tuple and set. In our next video, we'll see the in detailed function that are available in each one of the classes of list, tuple and set. Thank you.